February 19, 2013. Guests at a downtown Los Angeles hotel begin complaining about the water. It's brown. The pressure is weak. Something's wrong. Maintenance climbs to the roof. What they find in the water tank will shock the world. But the real mystery began 3 weeks earlier. A 21-year-old Canadian student named Elisa Lam checked into the Cecil Hotel. Bright, adventurous, traveling solo through California. She was never seen alive again. What happened in those final days? The answer lies in 4 minutes of security footage that would become one of the internet's most analyzed videos. This is the story of Elisa Lam and the mystery that refuses to be solved. January 26, 2013. Elisa Lam arrives in Los Angeles. She's on a solo trip from Vancouver, visiting California's major cities, San Diego, Santa Cruz, and now LA. She books a room at the Cecil Hotel. Built in 1927, the Cecil was once a glamorous downtown landmark. By 2013, it's something else entirely. Located in the heart of Skid Row, the hotel has become notorious. It's cheap, it's central, and it has a dark history we'll discuss later. But for a budget traveler, it seemed like a reasonable choice. Elisa maintains contact with her family back in Vancouver, regular calls, daily check-ins. She's a responsible traveler, despite being independent. Then, the calls stop. January 31st. Her family can't reach her. By February 1st, they're alarmed. She was supposed to check out. She never did. The Los Angeles Police Department opens a missing person investigation. They search her room, interview hotel staff, check surveillance footage. There's no sign of struggle, no evidence of foul play. Her belongings are still in her room. It's as if Elisa Lam simply vanished. February 13th, 2 weeks into the investigation. The LAPD makes an unusual decision. They release security footage to the public, hoping someone might recognize something, anything that could help. The video is 4 minutes long, taken from an elevator security camera. January 31st, the last day anyone saw Elisa alive. What happens in those 4 minutes would become one of the most watched and analyzed pieces of footage in internet history. Elisa enters the elevator. She presses multiple buttons. Then, she steps in and out repeatedly. She peers down the hallway as if checking for something, or someone. Her behavior becomes stranger. She makes gestures with her hands, animated, as if speaking to someone we can't see. She hides in the corner of the elevator, waits, checks again. The elevator doors remain open. Shouldn't they close? Finally, Elisa leaves the frame. The elevator doors close. The footage ends. Within hours, the video goes viral. Millions of views, endless speculation, frame-by-frame analysis, theories multiplying by the minute.
But while the internet theorized, the investigation continued. Police searched the entire hotel, 14 floors, 700 rooms, the rooftop, basement. They bring in K9 units, scent tracking dogs. Nothing. The search expands beyond the hotel, nearby streets, alleys, parking structures. The entire downtown area becomes part of the investigation. They review every second of security footage, every camera angle, every timestamp. A timeline emerges. Elisa was seen in the hotel lobby, in the elevator, on various floors, but her movements seem erratic. No clear pattern, no obvious destination. Guests are interviewed. Some remember seeing her, others don't. The Cecil Hotel is busy, transient. People come and go. As the investigation continues, the media begins focusing on the hotel itself. The Cecil's history is disturbing. Serial killer Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, stayed here in the 1980s. So did Jack Unterweger, an Austrian serial killer. Multiple deaths, suicides, murders. The hotel seems cursed, but the real horror was yet to come. February 19th, 18 days after Elisa disappeared. Hotel guests are complaining. The water tastes strange. It's discolored. The pressure is weak. Maintenance is called. A worker climbs to the roof to check the water tanks.
The hatch to one of the tanks is open. Inside, they find Elisa. Emergency services arrive. The scene is secured. The grim task of recovery begins. The news breaks worldwide. The viral elevator video suddenly takes on a horrifying new context. This wasn't just strange behavior. These were someone's final hours. Elisa Lam was 21 years old. The autopsy reveals no signs of physical trauma. Toxicology tests show prescription medications in her system. Medications for bipolar disorder, a condition Elisa had been managing for years. The medical examiner's conclusion? Accidental drowning. But how did she access the roof? The door was alarmed. The water tank hatch was heavy, difficult to open, harder to close from inside. The investigation suggests Elisa may have been experiencing a manic episode, possibly not taking her medication regularly while traveling. This could explain the elevator behavior, the erratic movements. Meanwhile, the internet exploded with theories: the elevator game, a supposed ritual to access another dimension, supernatural explanations, conspiracies. Some noted eerie similarities to the 2005 horror film Dark Water. Others fixated on the name of a tuberculosis test, Lam Elisa, seeing sinister coincidence. Experts in psychology and psychiatry offered more grounded explanations. Manic episodes can cause paranoid behavior, hallucinations, impaired judgment. The elevator footage, while disturbing, is consistent with someone in a mental health crisis. But questions remain. How did she access the roof? Why was the tank hatch open? What happened in those final moments? Some mysteries don't have clean answers. The Cecil Hotel rebranded itself as Stay on Main, trying to escape its dark reputation. Eventually, it closed. In 2021, Netflix released a documentary series about the case, reigniting interest. The hotel became a dark tourist destination. People taking selfies outside, YouTubers making videos, content creators dissecting every frame of that elevator footage. But amid all the theories and speculation, something important was forgotten. Elisa Lam was a real person, a daughter, a friend, a student with dreams and plans. Her family asked for privacy, for dignity, for their daughter to be remembered as more than a viral mystery. This case did spark important conversations about mental health awareness, about the challenges of managing bipolar disorder, about the stigma that prevents people from seeking help. Hotels improved rooftop security. Access protocols changed. Small reforms born from tragedy.
The Elisa Lam case remains unsettling because it's a collision of modern anxieties, mental health, solo travel safety, the internet's hunger for mystery, our discomfort with unanswered questions. The most likely explanation is the saddest one. A young woman, far from home, experiencing a mental health crisis, made tragic decisions that cost her life. The elevator footage isn't evidence of the supernatural. It's a heartbreaking documentation of someone in distress, someone who needed help that never came. We live in an age where tragedy becomes content, where someone's worst moments can be watched, analyzed, and theorized about by millions. Maybe the real lesson of Elisa Lam's story isn't about solving a mystery. It's about remembering the person at the center of it. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health issues, please reach out. Resources are available. You're not alone. Elisa Lam, 1991-2013. Rest in peace.